Yeah, so actually, this week I actually had to cancel the Ukulele for Robots class. So I told them to join this class. So I'm going to hold off on the close to you. Oh, but I think maybe some of you guys might need a little more time. Oh, Ukulele for Robots is a class that I design, and we usually do it on Mondays. And that's like a beginner class, but it's a very slow beginner class. So we don't actually move as fast as the beginner class. So I think that class is designed more for people that have, never played an instrument before. And and the reason why I created this class was because when I used to do a lot of workshops before, and especially beginner workshops, about 20% would kind of get lost. Like, just trying to put your finger, like if I just try to teach them a C chord, it's like some people just couldn't get their finger here or here. And when I say strum down, they would have like the hardest time. But 80% could get it. So I have to kind of move on. And usually the classes are they're bigger, so I can't really focus individually on everyone. So I had to kind of just let go of those 20%, which is kind of sad because, they've never played an instrument before, and then they say like, oh, this is a beginner class, that's what I need, and the class is a little too difficult for them, so they just feel discouraged, right? So um, I've been trying to learn how to play left-handed, and I realized that I would fall in that 20%. Like I wouldn't be able to keep up with my own beginner class. So that's the Ukulele for Robots class. So I was thinking, what if we can do that today? Let's see. Okay, so today what we're going to do is we're going to stay away from the close to you this time because I invited some of the robot class guys to come over. Yeah, I mean, if you feel like this class is moving a little too fast for you, or we are starting to use more difficult chords, and some of you guys you haven't been joining these workshops from the very beginning, right? So if these classes are too hard, you can check out the Ukulele for Robots class. So Saturday, so this is the normal, right? Saturday is our beginner class at 2 o'clock. Sunday is our intermediate class at 2 o'clock. And Monday is our Ukulele for Robots class at 2 o'clock. But it's just that this week I'm actually tied up tomorrow, which is normally our intermediate class. So I'm moving the intermediate class to Monday. So this week there is no Ukulele for Robots class. All right. Anybody else want to record before I get started? Okay, Linda, let's see. Okay, okay. All right. Anybody else? Okay, so we're gonna do a bunch of exercises. So I know I talked about this song before. There She Is by Sixpence, None the Richer. And I actually had to, um, somebody I work with wanted me to kind of play this song. So I was kind of fooling around with it. But the way that I want to teach this song is we're going to go part by part. And there's one part of the song that I think would be really, really good for you guys to try. So let me play I think you guys heard this song before, but I'll play it for you guys. There she goes, there she goes. Some of you guys have heard of this song. I think it's a pretty popular song. I don't know about outside of America though, but okay, so I'm actually playing in the key of C. There she goes. Okay, so we're not going to actually go over all of that part, but yeah, Zach, sorry, um, I'm I think I'm okay. Are you still having lag issues? What I've noticed ever since I started doing the live with, I think it's because of my own personal internet connection. I think so. Sometimes what helps is like I will have to kind of log out, shut down, and then restart again. So I'm not sure how bad your lag is, but that might help. Okay. So besides that part, this is the part that I want you guys to learn today. This is the part. So the reason why I want you to practice that part is because I talk about this a lot. Well, more in the intermediate class where we're going to learn how to play solos and things like that. Using your index finger is a very, very important thing. Okay, so in the beginning, we often use our thumb because we get a nicer sound when we pick. And I always believe that, in the beginning, you have to get comfortable picking, and then you also have to get comfortable strumming. But I don't think you should be starting off with the solo arrangement where you're combining the chords and the notes, okay? So what I want you to do is just take a couple of minutes and just get comfortable doing this. Tap the top string and hit the A string with your pointer finger. And what you're actually trying to do is focus on the two strings. Okay, so it's not one string like this. It's two strings. Okay? And if you accidentally hit the C string, it's not a big deal. Okay, a little closer. So tap. Okay, notice how my hands are relaxed. I'm not like trying to, it should feel very relaxed. And the best way to do it is to practice it softly. I don't know if you can hear this. Okay, because to play it soft, you have to be very relaxed. And then later you can start getting a little louder. So just this motion. Okay? And try to count as you do it, because I think some of you might play it like this. Like pick, tap, pick, tap, pick, tap, pick, tap, pick, tap. Like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. But what I want is I want it really straight. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay. Sorry, I'm actually starting with my pointer finger. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? So usually they call that playing it straight. And when you don't play it straight, they usually call that a swing beat, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1. Okay, but you want to keep it straight. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and... Not always. It's not always top and bottom string. If the melody is on the E string, I might do it from the E string. But once you get comfortable with the motion, it shouldn't matter to you if you're on the E string or the A string. C string. Okay, so try to get comfortable with it. I'll give you guys a minute or two. And if you have any questions, let me know. Yeah, I was really surprised. I was listening to this song. I think it's such a nice song, very catchy, nice melody. But I'm kind of surprised that there's really no, it's pretty much that one, I don't know if you call it the verse or the chorus. That's pretty much all it is, over and over and over and over. Okay, so now what I'm doing is the melody, okay, well, I'm holding a C chord, okay, and I'm going C tap, D tap. So just C tap, D tap. So the melody is basically C, D, B, C, A, G, A, G, A, G, A, G. But instead of this G, we're using this G. A, G, A, G, A, G, A, G. So C, I'm sorry, C, D, B, C, A, G, A, G, A, G, A, G, C tap, D tap, B tap, C tap, A, G, A, G. Okay, so for now, just try this. C, D, B, C. Oh, actually, you should use your index finger. So C, D, B, C, A, G, A, G, A, G, A, G. One more time. And don't worry about timing for now. Okay? And between the C and D, you can add the taps if you want. C tap, D tap, B tap, C tap, A, G, A, G, A, G, A, G. Okay? But in this case, because we're only holding the notes, it's important that you don't hit the E string. Can anybody tell me why we cannot hit the other strings? We only can hit the A string, D string, B, C, A, B, oh, sorry, A, G, A, G, A, G, A, G. Okay, we cannot hit the other strings yet because we're not holding the chords. We're only adding the notes. They're playing the melody. Later, when I add the chords like this, I add the G chord, and then I add the F chord. When I add the chords, then I can hit all the strings. I could even strum it. Of course, it doesn't sound as nice, I think, when we strum it. But okay, since we're not holding the chords, we cannot just hit all the strings. So for now, just try to get comfortable with just the notes. Oh, sorry. Oh man, my fingers are sore. I've been playing a lot the last couple of days. Well, not a lot, but for me, a lot. Ah, my ukulele is very quiet. Should I go louder? What do you mean by you're quiet today? O-N-K. Unk. Oh. Okay, so, and then as you can tell too, so like this part of the song, oh, I forgot the chord. So this part, I was listening more to the song. I heard that part, so I was teaching a lesson earlier, a real lesson, in person, and so I had them kind of listen to that part, and we kind of worked on it together. So I just kind of want to point out how my muscle memory has not set in. We talk about that a lot. Like when we're trying to learn a song and we're gonna have to perform it, it really comes down to playing it over and over and over and over so that you don't have to think. Your fingers will just go because they just remember, they memorize the motions, okay? So I kind of don't have that. So if you notice, I'm kind of forgetting chords and stuff. I can't really think because I'm trying to talk to you guys, but my muscle memory hasn't set in yet, right? So I'm just sharing that because that's what it always comes down to. A lot of the songs that I recorded and performed in my life, I've played hundreds of times. Okay, so we have this part, just the melody. And we're gonna do it 4 times. Oops. Last one. Okay, now we're gonna throw in the chords. C chord. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Okay, and now I wanna hit the bottom 2 strings because I want my listener to hear the chords and not just the melody. Okay? And the chords are basically C, G, and F, but I use the F add 9. I want the open G at the top. So da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So you see how I changed to the G chord. Change to the G chord, and the melody is B, C. So it's up to you if you want to add your baby finger here for the C, or I just bend my ring finger down. Either way is fine. And then we're going to go to the F chord, F add 9. Now a little slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And speed it up a little bit. So take a couple minutes with that. If you have any questions, let me know. Yeah, I really like this song. I mean, I don't listen to a lot of music actually, but the thing I notice is I can't get this melody out of my head. So every time I pick up my ukulele, this is the only song that I want to play because it's stuck in my head. Every time I'm singing a song in my head, it's this song for like the last couple of days now. But you know that to me that's a sign of a good song. Okay, and then in the comments, I'm gonna write the title of the song in case you don't know it. There she goes. I'm not too sure what key they play the song in, but we're playing it in the key of C. So if you were to try to strum along or play that part, yeah, it wouldn't match up too well. Okay, how you guys doing with that? Okay, so let's try playing it together. Okay, we'll go nice and slow. And we'll just repeat it for a minute, maybe. 1, 2, ready, go. Oh, sorry. One more time. More times. Let's repeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Last one. And everybody okay with that? No questions? Okay, and remember, right? The object is to try to get a nice sound. If you feel like you're not getting a good sound, like your finger is really stiff, it's probably because your fingers are too stiff and you're trying to go. Okay, you have to kind of relax, just play softly. So if you go softly, hopefully you guys can still hear it though. And I always recommend trying to play soft just because you have to relax. If your fingers are stiff, it's really difficult to play soft because your finger will snag the string when you're too stiff. But if you relax, you can slowly get louder. Okay. Okay, that's not a problem. I mean, you got to take your time. Muscle memory, I always talk about that. Just trying to do this. I mean, just using your baby finger might not be that easy. And you go to the G chord, and the F chord. Try it again. G chord, F chord. Okay, so whenever you're practicing this, okay, this is important, like because I cannot hear you guys, if it's not coming out the way that you want it to come out, you really have to understand, you know, what the problem is. And sometimes there's more than one problem, but when you identify the problem, then you can kind of work on one thing at a time, okay? So let's say yours sounds like this, just for example. Okay, I don't know, something like that. Okay? So if I could hear you play, and let's say I had a student that played something like that, there's a couple of things, main things I can see is one is they're way too stiff, right? So the sound isn't good. The other one too is, you know, they're still struggling with their left hand to get there, right? So if you know that, okay, so you're just gonna choose one. Which one do you want to work on first? You want to work on your left hand, or you want to work on your right hand? And it's very difficult to work on both at the same time. And a lot of my students might feel like, well, if I just keep doing it over and over and over, it will get better. But that's not true. You need to understand how it needs to be improved. Okay, so if we said, okay, left hand, I would say forget about this technique. Just do something like this. You know, whatever. I mean, we're just focusing on left hand. You know, we don't even have to use our right hand for this exercise. But it's good to just hit the chord, you know, so don't think about the chords, but just you're trying to get your 2, 3, 4. You know, so this is how you're practicing your left hand, okay? You're not worried about this thing, okay? You're just trying to focus on that. Da, 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 da. Okay, so Angie, that's a good point. Okay, so since you're using the low G, and the low G is actually a very, very powerful and deep string. And that's why I don't like to use the low G, and that's why Jake doesn't use the low G either, is because the way that we play, when we, you know how I said I can do this? Where the last note that I play, the high C, I can make that melody come out. Even though I'm hitting 4 strings. Okay, because it's the last string I'm hitting, I can make this melody stand out than the other 3 strings. Okay, but the low G is so strong that you'll hear that dung, you know, it'll just kind of ring out, and that string is very overpowering. So I guess for now you can just try to hit it a little softer, but yeah, that's always a pretty consistent problem with the low G. Now I'm not saying the low G is bad because you know, there's a lot of ukulele players. I know a few already in Hawaii that use the low G. But the thing is, they they play differently. Like they use the low G as a bass line, so they actually use it as a bass line, not the way we're doing it, and we're just strumming it, and so they actually play the low G differently. It's kind of like a different style, and if you play it right, it's really cool. I'm not very familiar with the different techniques and things like that, but that's the purpose of the low G. The other reason why some people might like the low G is if they sing. So they like the range of the low G to the high A. So they kind of get a fuller range if they're going to sing, right? But yeah, when you're trying to do a solo arrangement, yeah, that low G can often just kind of be a little bit overpowering, a little too strong. Wait, I had to explain all of that just because your high G ukulele is further away. No, but that is a very, very common question I get. Okay, so let's say we're trying to practice our left hand. That's it, just do that. Okay, when that gets better, and now you want to practice your right hand, okay, like I said, just go back, just try playing the melody softly. No, we don't even need that. Okay, or if you need to, you can even just practice this. Yeah, just try to get comfortable. Maybe a little faster. Okay. Okay, and then you're gonna have to try to adjust your hands a little bit. You want to watch the angle. If you look at my index finger, when I go up, oh, maybe this way. I'm just going up like this. Okay, I'm not digging under the strings. You don't want to dig under the strings because you're gonna get stuck. Just a little. Upstroke like that. Okay, so I'll give you guys one more minute just to practice, and I kind of want to add one more thing that I do often too. Check 1, 2. Can you hear me now? Hello, check. Oh, okay. Okay, so moving on. So this is just a pretty much exactly what I'm doing here. Okay. Now, what I'm doing is for the C chord, I'm pretty much hitting the A string and the E string, right? When I go to the G, I'm hitting the A and E string. Go to the F, I'm hitting the A and E string. Okay. For me personally, though, when I change chords, I like to have the C string in there because it's a deeper sound. I feel like it gives the chord change a bigger. I don't know really how to explain it. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually plucking the C and A string. Go to G chord, I'm plucking these two. Oh. Pluck, pluck, pluck. I'm a little slower. So I kind of like being able to hear that low sound. This is what it sounds like without it. This is what it sounds like with it. Okay, so for example, if you don't like it, if you don't like the C string in there, just stick with this. Or if you like it, or without it. I can totally see how half of you might say I like it better with the C string in there, and half of you might say no, I don't like that C string. I kind of like it without that low note in there and just keep it all more consistent. And yeah, I'm just kind of plucking the strings. So I'm the C string and the A string, and I'm just kind of pinching it like this. So slowly, if you watch my right hand, G chord, I'm going to pluck again, tap, oh, C, now to the F chord and pluck. Move this way a little bit. One more time. Okay, so when you get comfortable with your index finger, okay, a lot of the solo arrangements I play, especially when the melody moves a little quicker, it's important that I can use my index finger and pick. Okay. A lot of times if it's a slow song, I'll use my thumb, maybe something like this. Okay, so when I use my thumb, I get I get a much warmer sound. I feel like a nicer sound. It's a slower sound. So okay, so you see how I can get a much nicer, warmer sound. But the thing you have to remember about using your thumb is that it's a long sound. It's a very long sound like this. So if I needed to do this, what if the melody was like this? Okay, if the melody is slow like this, it would sound nice if I use my thumb. Okay, but if the melody is like this, that's very different. That's what I have to do, and now it sounds a little messy. So in this case, I would want to use my index finger because it's a shorter sound. Okay? And the reason why it's a shorter sound is because I'm not hitting all the strings. kind of. So when you get comfortable with your index finger, you're going to realize that I could play the song like this. She goes. But it's kind of a long sound, so it's easier to go. Ah. Ah. Okay, so instead of starting with the actual song, try getting more comfortable with your index finger. Just doing this. Okay, so. You know, now that I think about it, I'm kind of actually liking this better without the C. Yeah, I kind of like that better. It kind of gives a little bit more contrast. There you go. Yeah, I like that. So, okay, so I kind of like it better without the pluck. But you should learn that anyways. But yeah, if I had to play it, I wouldn't pluck it there. I would just do this. Oh, I'm getting blisters already. Wow. Has it been that long? Wow. Okay, so take a couple minutes. So, okay, but next I kind of want to just go over the strumming. Okay, so it's basically just C, G, and F, and I think it's 3 times. And then it's just D minor and G7 2 times. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to talk about the strum pattern. Okay, I know a lot of you guys know these chords. If you don't know the chord, just type it in and I'll show you guys. Okay, but I know that a lot of you guys are thinking like, oh, what's the strum pattern? How should I play it? Okay, now that's the thing is, I don't really know exactly how to explain it, but there really isn't a you can't really think of it as a strum pattern. Because like when you think of it as a strum pattern, you think of it as like, is it down, down, up, down? You know, or is it like down, up, down, down, up? Or you know what I mean? And when I try to explain it to you, you're gonna end up trying to do that. Wait, what is it? Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, and it's very difficult to learn a strum pattern like that. So the first thing you have to do is just figure out the tempo, and it's just down, up, down, up. So listen to this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, ready, go. C, G, F. C and G and F. 2, 3, 4. C, da, dun, dun, F. And da, da, da. G7. Again, D minor. G7 again. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. So this is a strum pattern right here. But what you guys are actually trying to ask or figure out is where are the accents? Like what? You know, the strum pattern is this, but I am playing down, down, up, and up, down and up and up, and down, up and up, and down, up and up, and da, 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 da. Okay, so what I'm trying to get at is that there really is no accent. I'm strumming every down up strum, down up, and I'm following the melody. There she goes, down and up and up, down and up and up, and da 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 da. Okay, so what I want you to do is, if you don't know the song, I'm asking you to do something impossible. So don't worry about it. You just have to listen to the song a little bit more and try to get familiar with it. But if you do know the song, just try to sing the song in your head. There she goes. Goes is on the up strum. There she goes. So down, down, up. There she up and up. Okay, so as I sing the song in my head, the accents, I mean, they just feel natural. Okay, so I can't really tell you, and I don't want you to learn it that way. Like, wait, just tell me exactly which down and which up. And, you know, you just got to kind of sing that song in your head. Down, down, up, down and up and up. Down and up and up. And down, da, da, up. And da, 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 up. And I'm sorry, after the second G7, after you do this twice, I think they actually throw a G in there. So it's something like this, D minor. So G7, one more time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the song, and I want you guys to just do this. You can strum with me. Da, da, da. Okay, that's absolutely correct. I mean, because what you're trying to do is the correct groove to use is a groove that feels natural to you. That's the one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the song. And I want you guys to just do this. And you strum it. Da, 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 D minor, da, 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 da. Okay? And as you play it, you're gonna listen to me, and then you might start to feel like, oh, right there, I should bring that up like that. There she goes, and there she goes again. You know, and however you feel it, but my hand is always moving up, down, because this is the strum pattern. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. See? So let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. A G. Okay, so hopefully you guys, because sorry, I didn't really tell you guys the arrangement I was going to use, and I didn't even know the arrangement I was going to use. But hopefully the point is, you know, you could just kind of groove it. There she goes, there she goes again. Just kind of follow. Da 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 da. You just follow like this and get really comfortable. And the thing is now, the way I feel is more like this. Oh, sorry. See you ready? Down, down, up, and down, up, and up, down, and up, and up, and down, up, up, and down, up, up. Okay, and I'm actually changing the groove a little bit every time we go, and it just kind of depends on the song. How do I strum when I'm using my knuckles? Are you talking about like when I do this? So maybe like on the ones, like this kind of, this strum? Is that the one, Jody? Okay, so if you're so what I do sometimes when I'm strumming and I want to bring out that really strung down, I kind of drag my fingers through. So I'm actually I'm not using my knuckles, I'm using my, I'm using my finger, but I'm just kind of dragging these just to get a longer and bigger sound. Just a longer, instead of a. So there she goes. I'll go slower. So there she goes. There she goes again. Okay, so I'm just trying to bring out that. But that's all it. I'm just kind of dragging my fingers through to make it a little longer. So basically, when I use these fingers, it just makes it a little longer. This is not a nice sound that you want. Right? You don't want this sound, but my thumb will cover it up and give it that nicer sound. Yeah, so this is all it is. It's not that important to do it, but you know, like sometimes when you feel it, you feel like you really want to bring out that beat or that note, and it's on a down strum. Sometimes just using your pointer finger, you know, you want something a little, something very subtle, but something just a little more. Then I'll kind of do this. Right, so you can kind of hear how that accent. I mean, sometimes it might be a little bit too strong, but you know, it's that's the purpose of it. So you got to use it, you know, how you feel necessary. And you know, like I always say, all of these new techniques and things like that, these are just tools. You know, like my dad's a carpenter, he has a lot of these tools, and he doesn't use all of his tools all the time, but you know, certain things he needs to build or certain things he needs to do is say, oh, I need this, I have one. It's, you know, this, and he'll bring it out and he'll use it. And you know, that's what techniques are. You know, when you're playing a song, it's tools. So I'm trying to teach you guys, or I want you guys to get comfortable with this tool, which we basically use our index finger and pick up. Right, this whole basically 99% or 90% of the song, this is the Lady Gaga Bad Romance. It's all just index finger, right? Okay, so I mean, if you're comfortable using your index finger, okay, if you look at the chords that I played, it was nothing fancy. This is pretty much your E minor, but the melody is E, E, B, B, C, D, E, E, B, B, C, D, E, B, B, C, D. And later on, this is also an E minor right here. I'm just holding it a little different. And the reason I'm holding it like this is because I want to hammer on here. Oh. So everything that I'm doing, I don't think it's difficult. I think you guys can hold all these chords. Even the next part, it's a C chord. You guys can slide here. D chord. E minor. G. C. D. B7. E minor. The C. D. E minor. G. C. D. B7. E minor. Okay. So I mean, in time though, like if I had to teach you guys this song, it wouldn't be the left hand that would be giving you problems. It would most likely be your right hand. Okay, like, oh wait, what string are you picking? You know, okay, and then wait, up, and then what, tap, and then there's so much thinking, and you're not comfortable with the stroke anyways, and that's what's gonna give you a really, really hard time. So, so if you guys just kind of work on doing this, or you know, whatever the you can do the pattern. Okay, but you could also just, you know, just get comfortable doing this if you need to. Don't even use your left hand. A little faster. E string, A string, E string. And yeah, that's correct. Your thumb just kind of trails your fingers. So in a slow song like this, I probably wouldn't use this technique. Do you hear the difference? Compared to the slightly longer, slightly deeper. Okay, so and then for those of you who haven't been, I mean, if you're kind of new or just kind of started joining, um, on my YouTube channel, Every Day is Ukeday, I just want to tell you guys a video you can look for more help on this. Let me find out which one it was. So if you go on my YouTube channel, type in Every Day is Ukeday, go to playlist, okay? Because when you go to playlist, you'll see all my videos in order, starting with introduction, you know, basic picking. So what we're kind of talking about is a little further down. It's kind of advanced. It's actually episode 60 something, I believe. Wait, where are you? Episode number 65. Okay, and the title is called The Secret. And in that video, I talk a lot more about using your index finger. You can get kind of more, you know, close-ups and kind of see what I'm doing. And so episode 65, so if you go down, every day is Ukeday, look for episode 65, it's called The Secret. And even if you're not there yet, maybe you're only on episode 14 or 15 or 11, or just try to fast forward. Just take a look at it, and so you kind of understand what we're doing. But I think that would be a really good exercise. Okay? Even if it takes you a long time to get comfortable with it, it doesn't hurt to start now, you know? Oh, good. Okay, well, just skip all the way to 65, and just kind of watch it and try to get comfortable with the technique. I mean, even now, if you just did this every day, maybe A string 4 times, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and E string 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so that might be a really good practice for you guys. And even if it takes you 6 months to get comfortable with it, that's okay, because it's not gonna interfere with any of your other playing. Okay, so this is just basically a new technique that you guys can can practice. What's the longest I've had a student? Oh, geez, how old is he now? 21? 22? 26. Maybe about 15 years, I think. Yeah, about 15 years. But I had, um, yeah, I think that's the longest, 15 years. I think he was about 7 or 8 years old when he started with me, and now he's like 23, 24. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's the longest. You see any good? Nah, he's terrible. Nah, I'm just joking. No, he's really good. He's a really good player. The only thing with him is that he doesn't have quite like the personality. Like, as far as recording, being a studio musician, he's a great, fantastic player. But yeah, he doesn't have quite that personality to just kind of get on a stage, have fun, talk stories, play music. You know, he's a very serious person, and we've been kind of stuck there for a while. But as far as playing, yeah, he's great. He's awesome. In fact, he's done a few things with Jake too. They did a few projects together. So, all right. So, do you guys have any questions? Because I'm gonna start wrapping up soon. I'm gonna try. Yeah, you have a question? Yeah, no. All right. That sounds good. So, anyways, if you guys want to join, yeah. So actually, I'm kind of in between two songs now. I'm kind of like we're kind of doing a part of this song. The other song that we were working on last week was "Close to You." The Carpenters. And I think we stopped right here. So we're in between those two. So next week we'll take a vote. Close to you or and we'll continue. Eventually we'll learn both. So practice both. If you haven't if you missed last week's class, then maybe just vote for There She Goes. We'll do that one. All right, I'm gonna go and try to get some exercise in at the tennis courts. Yeah, it's pretty good. So, um, when the lockdown started with the coronavirus, I forget what month it was, maybe March or something, to about maybe June. I actually put on like almost 10 pounds, 8 or 10 pounds, and just I don't mind gaining weight. I'm not overweight, but when I do gain weight, it's gross because it's just right in my stomach, right over here. This is where all the beer and all the pizzas go, just right in here. And so I kind of stopped playing tennis for a long time, but I went I went back. I think I knocked off about 6 pounds in the last month, so it's good. Yeah, so hopefully the hurricane will be, I don't know, hopefully it's another false alarm. We get a lot of those here in Hawaii. I guess I don't know what it is. I guess because Hawaii is so small, like, when it just takes one little turn or something, then it misses us, or I don't know, but it's pretty common. They do this a lot. But we did have a couple that were very serious. So those are a long time ago, though. Geez, I don't remember. I think Hurricane Iniki was like the last one, and I think that might have been close to 30 years ago, maybe 25 years ago. So is that the last one? I don't remember. But anyways, yeah, we'll hope for the best. All right. So, anyways, you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and then on Monday, if you want to check out the intermediate class, Monday at 2 o'clock, and then starting next week, I believe we'll go back to our regular beginner class on Saturdays at 2, intermediate class on Sundays at 2, and then the ukulele for robots on Monday at 2. All right. Okay, you guys, please enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys again. All right, cheers. Thank you very much. Take care.